Well, hello, you beautiful people, and welcome to the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat, and this week we finished my conversation with Mike of the Carolina Kudzu, a Sandlot team here in Raleigh, North Carolina. We talk about how Carolina really is becoming a really good hotbed for Sandlot baseball, which I am a part of. We also discuss my famous, not so famous questions, guys. So before you go, guys, do me a huge favor. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button because I'm always putting new content here out for you guys. New episodes as far as the DHC podcast and 5 questions where I ask fans why they fall in love with baseball. So like I said, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And then now, without further ado, I'll give you the episode.
So like one of the things the Kudzu has been doing is we've been bringing our DJ to our games. We've got a bunch of friends who are really great DJs, but one in particular who just loves being around the team, Mike Forno, and he's become our like rostered DJ, and he brings all of his gear and his turntables to the field, and he spins for 3 hours straight while we play.
Wow.
He doesn't take any breaks.
Please. See, that's what's cool about this. See?
Yeah.
Mike and Ed, catch me up to speed real quick. So I'm looking. You guys are in the same league as the Reapers, like they're within.
Yeah, we've got three Raleigh teams. The Reapers, the Kudzu, and the Neuse River 9.
That's so
We've
cool.
got 3 teams in Durham, 1 team in Chapel Hill, 1 team in Wilmington.
Okay, what you need is a team down in this area, but where I'm at, like the Holly Springs, Fuqua area.
Yeah, maybe you're going to start that team.
I gotta start recruiting people.
Hey, all you got to do is come up with a cool name, something people can get behind, and they're like, "Yeah, I want to play for that team."
See, that's the problem. Like, that's the hard part. People think it's easy to come up with a cool name. It isn't easy.
Yeah, and it's got to have a story too.
That's the problem. So now I'm gonna have to do my research here.
Yeah,
but that's in the future. Right now, I'm having so much fun enjoying it. And that's why I'm doing like all these like social my updates of like I just bought a bat or like how I feel about this, just because it's like I want to do my part to bring as much awareness to Sandlot baseball as possibly can.
That's really cool to share that experience because it resonates with thousands of Sandlot players across the country, but it will probably also convince the people that are on the fence to show up,
Yeah.
Can I ask, where did the name then Kudzu, how was that inspired?
Yeah, my friend Joseph, he had that idea. He has a whole book of like invasive species that he wants to name baseball teams after, and that was like at the top of his list. So,
that's so cool.
It's such a cool name.
Yeah.
I got 2 hats from them, by the way, Val. I bought 2 hats.
Yeah.
That's the one. It's my favorite.
Yeah. I like that. Those simple ones.
These are from my friends in San Diego. This is the avocados. And this one they did for the Durham Bulls for the revival. They put
that's cool
in there. Yeah.
But
these are the only dad hats I own. I mostly have structured caps.
Nothing but love.
The hat that you have on is taking a little bit of something from the West Coast and something from the East Coast. That is so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
And we've made so many friends from across the country with all these other teams, and like in particular the avocados have become really close with us, and we traveled to Austin with them last year, and we played on those fields I was telling you about, Ed.
I saw that you dressed up for them, didn't you, during the revival?
Yeah, so like when we go on a special trip or something, we invite a few of the avocados to come play with us, and they do the same thing. So when they go on a trip, they invite some of us to go play with them, and they're really cool. They'll get you a uniform and put your name on the back of a jersey. And
I'll tell you this: those avocado jerseys were cool.
Yeah.
They were cool, and I saw somebody dressed up in an avocado during the event. So cool. That was Val. I'm telling you, this thing. I'm telling you, it's like one of the coolest events I've ever been to, just because of the the camaraderie, like everybody talking to each other, and all of that. It was such a cool event.
How often are y'all in San Diego? I'm only 4 hours away.
We're gonna try to actually get to San Diego later this year. It's like our goal to do one big road trip every year. We play most of our games locally right here in the Triangle in North Carolina.
You guys do that drive or?
We've flown. Last year we went to Austin. The year before that we went to Tulsa.
Okay. But nothing in Vegas yet.
Nothing in Vegas. But yeah, we're gonna try to get to San Diego for hopefully a multi-team event, kind of like the Revival, but out in San Diego.
How
but that's in the works right now.
You want to come to Vegas soon, Ed? You still have a trip to, and then we can all just drive up.
I know. So I'm going to Vegas at the end of September for the AAA championship.
Oh, cool. Have you been to that before?
That would be so here's what happened.
Figured.
Last year was supposed to go. But there was, remember that time that we had like a hurricane in this state? So they canceled my flight. They canceled everything, and I couldn't make it. I could not have it. And then Val, for the longest time, she was checking her phone, tracking all of the planes. And it was like, Ed's coming, and I'm like, nope, I'm not.
I was tracking every flight from North Carolina to Vegas, and I saw like so many, and I was texting our other friends on the side. I was like, he's coming, see this, and I would send them screenshots, and then the day came and Ed never showed up. But it was a fun game. I do recommend the AAA championship game in Vegas. It's always fun.
Have you been more than once?
I have. I've been twice, yeah.
Okay. Did you see the Bulls win a championship there?
When they played Don't Tell Me, was it Nashville? Or God, who was it? 2 years ago, I think, when they won it, right?
They won 2 years ago, yeah.
Gosh, who was it when they played? Who was it when
I
they
don't
played?
remember who they played.
I think it was
Nashville.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Yep, I was there for that. And it was really fun. This past year, though, like a few months ago, we got to watch it up from the club level, and oh my gosh, sorry, Ed.
Thanks, dude.
But it's cool because the chef for the ballpark, the Aviators, he always puts like a special curated burger for the two teams that are in town, because the not the Pacific Coast, but the
International.
Yes, international. Those teams never visit Vegas, so it's always fun to see a burger from those cities that I'm not too familiar with because they're never here.
Okay. So they must have done the Carolina burger with chili and coleslaw.
That is big here. That is big here.
Yeah, I don't remember. But yeah, no, it was definitely something along those lines, I'm sure.
Yeah. What we need to do is we need to get you to come over here to North Carolina. You've been saying you've been wanting to come. So
a lot of good food here.
Lots of good food. Lots of baseball, from Sandlot to minor league baseball, and then hopefully in the future a major league team. So I'm just saying.
Yeah. No, I do need to get out there for sure. I do have all the FOMO, especially now learning about this. So, and I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but man, that Reapers logo is really cool.
Yeah, you know what, the one of the fun things about Sandlot is all the gear, all the logo designs, and all the creativity that goes into it. It seems like every team has like 2 or 3 creative team members who are either like well versed in graphics design or illustration. So you see a lot of really cool stuff.
That you do. For your team though, because I want to know, like, where obviously the zoo, but like, is that you guys just decided to put the Z and the U and then just
honestly, I think it has a little bit of like a Wu-Tang influence to it, but
love it.
In our group chats, like, we're always like addressing the team as like Zoo Crew or Zootang, the Zootang clan.
I love that.
And so I mean our buddy Joseph, he just like surprised us with these hats. He had them made, and everybody was like, "Oh my God, we gotta have that hat."
As soon as I saw it, I'm like, I gotta find a way to get that hat. I'm not kidding. I was like, and then I went to the Revival and I saw that. I'm like, there it is.
That's one of the hats that you got, right, Ed?
No. This one is from the company called Sandlot Goods,
Okay.
out of Kansas City. But this is
Are you
the
talking
one
about this one? He got
That
one of
one.
these. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
I think I have the other one somewhere.
I need that in a curved brim. Do you guys sell those in curved brims?
No, no, we don't.
This is the Reapers. They got a lot of snapbacks.
Yeah, a lot of
I got that
snapbacks.
one. Listen, it's okay. Get a snapback. I got me all of them. I get them in a snapback just because I'm like, I'm getting it. And there's no way around it.
Yeah.
know,
I love that zoo.
Yeah, that one was like, and I wear it so many times now. Just
You have the pink corduroy Ramblers hat.
the Austin Ramblers.
Yeah,
Yes, I have that one.
that's a good one.
Why wouldn't he have it?
That's the one everybody wants.
That's the one everybody wanted. And then I got this one, the possums.
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
so cute.
Yep, I got that one.
one.
So I got 4 hats when I went to the revival. Those are the ones that I could find. Like my friend got the last Wombats hat, and I was like, all right, you can have it. You know, you're going back to Georgia. I'll let you do it. So I'll come back eventually and get that one again because that was a new era as well.
Oh, I have access to those. I can get you one of those.
Yeah, that one was cool. The Wombats. I'm telling you, Val.
And I love that possum one. Can you show it again?
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know why people don't like possum tails. I think that detail is so cute.
So from what I understand, this one the possum grew out of like they needed an extra team because the 9s were getting too big, wasn't it?
I think the dirt bags.
The dirt bags, yeah.
Dirt
bags.
Yeah. Honestly, Durham's Open Sandlot has seen the same amount of growth that we have in Raleigh. They quickly formed a team, and then all of a sudden they had all these extra people that wanted to play. And so really the Durham Dirtbags, when they first started, they had at least 20 people, and they were splitting squads during games, you know, having half the team bat the first half of the game and then the second half going in and batting the second half of the game. And it just became too much, you know, people were only getting like 1 or 2 at bats a game.
Wow.
So they spun off another team, and now honestly, they're at a point now where they could spin off a 3rd team. So,
God.
Wow.
That's wild.
Yeah. I was talking to people in Austin, and they were asking me how it was going here, and I told them, and they go, yeah, before you know it, you're going to have 20 teams like we did.
That is so cool.
It gets out of control.
Which is great. I mean, and this is one of the updates that I did when I was doing my videos. Is just like, it's like your inner childhood just all of a sudden just come out, you know, and then you're like, this is the greatest thing. Like I told my wife, Darla, I was like, babe, I'm sorry, but this is happening. She was like, all right, whatever. You know,
make sure you do your warm-ups. Just do your warm-ups, okay?
I do my warm-ups. I do my stretching. The night before, the morning, the day of, I do a lot of stretching because of that. I learned my lesson.
Man, now I want to dress up. I want the avocado costume and I want a possum costume.
Okay.
We need more mascots. You should come out and be a mascot.
I am all about it. That's all me. I love dressing up.
There you go. Now that's the next level of just like, you got your DJs, you got your parties, grilling and barbecuing, and then you got Val dressing up as a mascot.
Yeah.
We had last year we had my son dress up as the Kudzu mascot, and
Cool.
he did, in between games we did like little contests for the kids, and they had to race him across the warning track.
That's cool.
And he let the kids win. He like staged a trip and fall halfway through the race. He got a good lead, and then he tripped and fell over and let all the kids beat him.
Good for him.
Awesome.
I love that.
Speaking of that, actually, something cool that you guys did that I really appreciate, because we have some mutual friends that are collectors of ice cream helmets.
Yeah.
And you guys had ice cream helmets there. You guys had, giving up for kids and all that. I was able to get one, which was your white one with your Kudzu logo.
Yeah.
I was able to get one for my friend Paul, who lives in Colorado. So, but I'm like, that's something cool. Like those little details right there, that goes a long way.
Mhm.
Yeah, we try to come up with ways to make it really special, and that was my friends Brian and Laney who did that. They're married, and we actually go way back. I grew up with them, and Laney plays for the Reapers, and
Mhm.
Brian plays for the Kudzu,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
they bought all these colorful mini helmets, and they put all the decals on by hand. So they they got a Cricut, and they cut out all the stickers and weeded them and put them on all the helmets. I think we did like 150 mini helmets, and we filled them up with ice cream and whipped cream and toppings, and
Oh yeah,
the kids just lined up. We just gave it away.
yeah.
it sounds like you guys really do go all out to make it feel like
It's a
all
community.
the small details of a game, of what goes
Yeah.
into it.
Yeah, the freight trains have a really talented organ player, and he brings his organ out sometimes. He brought it to the stadium for that. He was playing the organ like a madman, um, just going off. I mean, he could he played. When I found out he played organ, I asked him to come out to a Sandlot game in Raleigh, and he played the entire game, and he had a playlist of like 70 songs. And he just tore through those songs for the entire game. He just sat there behind the backstop, just wailing on the organ. It was awesome. I think he even played the Star Spangled Banner to open the game.
That's awesome.
He did.
Just,
Yeah.
everyone's like, oh, here we go. Hold on
Yep.
a second.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't know if you guys talked about this, but if you did, I'm sorry. But I'm looking at the Instagram, at your guys' Instagram, and then I noticed that there's a logo within the baseball with the leaves, and then I'm noticing it on your name, Mike. There's a little symbol. What is that?
That's the Japanese symbol for kudzu.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so unique.
Because the kudzu plant comes from over there, and Joseph, who came up with the whole concept of the kudzu, he's like a big fan of Japanese art and Japanese baseball and culture, and so it's kind of like a tribute to that.
That's so awesome.
That was cool. That's cool to see. Cool experience. I'm telling you, Val, you got to come and experience it for yourself.
I know. Oh, I hate living so far from everything.
I'm not aware of a Sandlot scene in Vegas, but I'm sure it's coming. If it's not there already, I'm sure it's coming.
I mean, I'm in San Diego often because my fiance is from there. So San Diego, I can deal with being 4 hours away for now. But Vegas needs one, especially with the hype around baseball in Vegas. Like,
yeah,
coming here for sure. Aviators are already here to sell out every game, so like it's perfect.
Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Just need an empty field and a baseball glove. That's all you need.
Yeah.
I will warn you, if you start playing, Val, I will warn you. You're going to get addicted, and you're going to go and get yourself your own gloves, your own bat, your own everything.
I could see me do that because I am pretty competitive, but once I see someone start dressing up in the mascot, I know I'm going to compete for the best mascot. So
like, oh no, we're getting a mascot for this team.
Yeah.
There you go. See what happens? See, this is the thing that happens.
Yeah, I love it. I see it all the time. I love it.
So, so pretty much as far as like, you guys got together, I wanted to touch on this real quick, like, cause you guys make your own schedule. Like you guys, just sit down together at the beginning of the season and we're like, all right, we got these weekends, how do we want to, break it down and who wants to play who and all of that. Is that usually how that goes?
Well, we tried that 2 years ago, and I think it worked pretty well. We all agreed on one game per month, per team.
Okay.
So at that time, I think we only had 6 teams.
Okay.
So it was very easy to, sit down and just kind of chart out where each game would be. But this year, with more teams added, we never were able to like find the time to all sit down together and do that. So really, it was just team captains reaching out to each other and being like, hey, I've got this on my calendar. You want to do it? Yep. Okay. And then like everybody just kind of created their own schedule that way.
I gotcha.
And who knows what we'll do next year? There could be 12 teams next year.
You never know.
Some teams want to play more than others. Guys on my team were telling me they wanted more games than one a month. So we're playing like 2 or 3 times a month, but other teams are still just playing once a month.
And then a lot of opens.
Yeah, and like we've kind of expanded our reach, with social media and all these people that we've met across the country through our road trips. So now we have teams coming in from out of town that want to play us too. In 2 weeks, a team from Fort Worth is going to come here and play us.
Wait, who? I'm from Arlington.
Oh, okay. They're called the Fort Worth Panthers, and they reached out to us. And like back in the winter, they reached out and said they were coming up to play different Sandlot teams. So they're like coming up through the East Coast, and they're going to play. I think they might be playing a game in Charlotte, and then they're coming here to play us and the Reapers back to back, and then I think they're gonna continue up to Virginia and play somebody else.
That's so insane! Wow, I need to do my research. I need to. Yeah, I'm going through as you guys are talking, and I love that Durham Fruits logo. I love when like food and anything in the food world, so I guess juice is like incorporated with baseball logos, like that little juice.
They are the newest team, and they're really awesome. They're an all queer LGBTQ team, and they stepped up in a huge way at the revival this year.
Wow!
And they provided so much cool stuff for the players and for the kids. They made coloring books. They were making popcorn and handing out popcorn to the kids, and they were doing like arts and crafts projects. They were doing like linograph stamps on T-shirts, and
that's awesome.
It was really cool to see a new team like step up and participate and like really put a lot of effort in.
I'm also obsessed with that West Texas Wind logo. I just love logos.
Don't we all? Hey, Mike, let me ask you this, and then we'll go into my famous, not so famous questions here. I did let him know, Val. I did let him know.
Okay.
I'm still not prepared.
That's the whole point. No one is ever prepared for this.
I don't blame you.
Let me ask, because obviously social media is a big part of a lot of other things and all that. How have you guys been able to take full advantage of social media to really promote Sandlot baseball here in Raleigh? Not really Durham, really.
I mean, everybody just kind of got on Instagram and started, sharing photos and videos from open Sandlots, and then, the team started forming, and they were sharing pictures of all the designs and the logos and the hats and the uniforms, and that really like sparks an interest, and people just start reaching out and being like, "What is this thing? I want to get involved." So like the sharing and the reposting of everything that goes on with all that has really like reached a lot of people, and so that's probably the biggest reason why you see new faces showing up every week.
When I showed up this weekend, there was three or four of us that were brand new to Sandlot, and yeah, it was. They said the same thing. It's like we went to the revival, or we found you guys on social media, and we wanted to be part of this, and here we are.
That's so cool. I love the power of social media.
And it's good. It's a way of really doing social media, right? Like, they were taking advantage of it, and you guys have done an absolutely wonderful job on that. So very welcoming, and that's how I felt so far. That's
good. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely. So
well, now I have FOMO.
Well, I told you, North Carolina is the place to be.
Yeah.
But you're in Vegas. You got your AAA championship. You got F1 racing, and a future Major League Baseball team and all that stuff.
But they don't play against anyone with a cool possum logo.
They do not. They do not. So, sorry about that. Mike, is there anything that we haven't asked you, or anything that you want to mention about your team, the Kudzu, or the collective, or anything like that at this point before I go into my famous, not so famous questions?
The only thing I'd want to stress is that, we really are open and welcome to everybody. So if you're even considering it, just come out and show up and have a good time. I mean,
Oh.
you're not gonna get embarrassed. You're not gonna, like, I've seen people go out there and do well and have a good time. I've seen people go out there and fall on their face and have a good time. It's it really is an open, welcoming environment, and baseball is the one thing that everybody has a common interest in. But the people and the relationships that you make out there and continue off the field are like the reason why we keep doing it.
I'll tell you this: I missed a lot of ground balls because Ed did not really stretch that day, but he learned his lesson about stretching and making sure that he is limber enough so that way his 6-foot ass gets all the way down to the ground to make sure that he grounds the ground ball. It happened.
I'm coming off some fresh injuries, so I know the deal. I just had knee surgery last week. I tore a meniscus, and it's probably from playing too much Sandlot baseball. So.
God bless you, man. And are you playing right now with it like that, or you're just taking it easy? You're just captaining it.
No, I was playing at the Revival with it, knowing that the surgery was coming up. But I was limping around, like I couldn't run to first base. If I got on base, I had a pinch runner ready to go. Yeah,
let's go. Come on, maybe someone in right now.
But I'll be back on the field later in the summer.
Good, awesome, love it. All right, are you ready, my friend?
I'm ready.
Okay, here's it. I'll give you the easy one because this is the one that we ask everybody here. Okay, you're going. Let's say you're going to a Durham Bulls game, right? Which, by the way, one of the best ballparks in all of the country, just so you guys know.
Agreed.
You're going there. What is your food and your drink of choice?
At the ball game?
Yep.
I'm going to be probably drinking a Hopium IPA, and I'll have a ballpark dog.
That's the way to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Cake or pie?
Pie. Key lime pie.
Yeah.
Key lime pie hits different, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Strangest thing that you've ever eaten?
Strangest thing I've ever eaten.
It's a
I don't know.
stumper.
Probably frog legs.
I've had frog legs. I've had frog legs, and I've had alligator.
Yeah, I've had gator too.
Yep.
Frog legs are weirder though.
Yeah, it was. It was weird. And I'm afraid of frogs, the big ones, the toads. I got to think for that. I don't know. What was your favorite school subject?
Math.
Good for you.
Math
God bless
nerd.
you.
Guilty.
Yeah, I am not. Mine was history. What was yours, Val?
Probably I looked forward most to music because I could just sit on the top of the bleacher and just like take a
Not do
nap.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say.
Yeah.
Mike, pick one: bungee jumping or skydiving.
Skydiving.
I gotta do one of at least.
Oh my gosh.
All right, here we
I don't
go.
want to do either.
No? Oh, I do. I really do. Okay, so here's a good one. Have you ever regifted a gift?
Yeah, I'm sure I have.
I have.
Yeah, but it's not a big gift. Like it was probably like a bottle of wine or whiskey that was like, somebody brought over as a hosting gift.
Like, let's
And
just.
I'm like, okay. And then you get invited to a dinner and you're like, oh, I know what I can bring. Yeah. But I don't know about like Christmas gifts or like birthday gifts. I don't know about that.
See, I've done either doing like a white elephant.
Okay.
I was like, I
Yeah.
don't need this. I told my friends here that we do it here in our neighborhood. We did a white elephant, and someone gave me I got stuck with a checkers set from like a John Deere checkers set. Oh, that sucker is going back to the white elephant. I'm telling you that right now. So, all right, your favorite TV show growing up?
Favorite TV show? Like how old? What age are we talking here?
Whatever age you want it to be.
That
Zero
70s
to-
show.
That's a good one.
That's a good one. Yep.
Yeah.
If you could be any fictional character in any movie, who would you be?
Well, I mean, I just played at the historic Bull Stadium, so I guess that would be Crash Davis.
That's what I was thinking. Yep. For me, it's either Crash Davis or Indiana Jones.
That's cool.
Okay. If you could have one dessert for the rest of your life, one dessert, what would that dessert be?
The Reese's peanut butter sundae from Friendly's.
Ooh, that's a good one. My daughter.
Do you know that one?
Yep, I do.
I'm guessing that's on the East Coast only.
Yeah.
Friendly's is like an old timey diner type restaurant.
It's an old.
And they have like this peanut butter sundae that they serve.
Oh,
a couple more here. What color is your toothbrush?
I think right now it's purple.
I like it.
But that's what the dentist gave me.
That's what I was just gonna say. That's the one that's like he was like, here you go, here's your bag.
Yeah. You don't see it till you get home.
I know, right? It's like, all right, I guess
Wait,
that's the one I'm using for the.
You guys never asked to trade? I would always ask.
No. I just want to get out of there.
I was just gonna say, Val, let's be honest. Like, they gave you the bag, and you're like, you're not looking. You're like, all right, I'll see you guys later. See you in 6 months.
Usually, obviously, dentist trips were always bad, but that usually would like make or break more or kind of make up for it. The toothbrush color.
Okay, she gets excited about it. That's cool.
Yeah, no, not me, not even. All right, 2 more here. First celebrity crush.
It's got to be Saved by the Bell. Tiffany Amber Thiessen. Yeah, gotta be.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Still to this day, that woman is a beautiful woman. Still to this day. All right, first Halloween costume.
My favorite. My favorite Halloween costume.
Yep.
1 year I was Ollie G.
Oh my God! With the whole like the goggles and the scully and everything.
Yeah, I had like a white football jersey and white starter pants. And,
that's amazing. I love it. Mike, thank you for doing this. I had a blast. This is one of those things that I really truly do believe in Sandlot baseball. Thank you so much for that. Where can people find you, the team, on social media and things like that?
The website is carolinasandlotcollective.com, and you can find all the teams on Instagram. My team is the Carolina Kudzu, and we play in Raleigh. We play teams in Durham, Chapel Hill. We got a game coming up this weekend in Chapel Hill against the Freight Trains on Saturday. And next weekend, we're hosting the Fort Worth Panthers, which we're really excited about.
That'll be cool to go see.
So, yeah, you should come out to a game, Ed. We'll show you a good time.
Oh, I'm coming. Definitely for the I know that this Saturday it's happening at the same time as the Open. So I already I'm going to the Open Saturday at 10 o'clock. But next weekend, I'll make it for that one.
Cool.
Fort Worth, for sure. Absolutely.
All right, I'll cook you a hot dog because I can't play. So,
you know what? There we go. I'll take lots of pictures and videos to make sure you guys have it on your social media and stuff like that. So, I'm
Thank
all
you.
in. And then, guys, as far as us, you guys already know we are on all the socials. We are on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Threads. That's where we're pretty much spending most of our time in. If you guys have any suggestions of who should we interview in the next Dad Hat Chronicles podcast, do let us know. Send us a message. Otherwise, we will see you guys on the next one.
This podcast is part of the Curved Brim Media Network. Here are some of the other members of Curved Brim Media.
Hi, this is Kelly Robinson, the minor league nerd. My YouTube channel explores the history of minor league baseball teams. More than just stats, we delve into team lineage, sharing stories from current franchises to obscure one-year wonders.
I'm Paul Caputo, and on the Baseball by Design podcast, I talk to minor league baseball teams, designers, and other super interesting people about what these minor league baseball logos mean, and I talk a little bit about ice cream helmets.
What's up, Bucketheads? I'm Anna DiTomaso, and each week on the Baseball Bucket List podcast, I speak with a different fan about their favorite baseball memories, what the game means to them, and what's left to check off on their baseball bucket list.
Hey everyone, it's Eric from the great state of Kansas.
This is Johnny from the New Orleans Baby Cakes Memorial Museum.
And we are the Earn Fun Average podcast,
where we talk to a variety of guests about their love of baseball and have fun doing it.
America, lower your standards.
Average is what we do best.
This is Patrick
and Corey
of BaseballMapper.com, and we have made an interactive map to help highlight all baseball teams from the majors down to collegiate summer leagues.
We want to bring you closer to baseball, so get on the site and find a team near you today.
Hey guys, this is Patrick Larson from the Minor League Baseball Hat History Series, and in every episode I go through the history of minor league teams through my personal collection of hats. You can find me on Twitter at @PatLarson1. I hope you guys enjoy.
Learn more about Curve Brand Media at curvebrandmedia.com.